Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. All right, today is Thursday, September 1st. It's the first day of September. Oh my goodness. Fall is almost here. I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, and you can follow me there as well. And if you'd like to connect, please go to contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, my text message information, and anything else you want to do to contact me. That's contactlarry.com. Hey, just remember, if you're watching online, hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. And you can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show, as I said before, on Spotify. So please go there and subscribe as well. Hey, you can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. Got a whole bunch of people saying hi this morning. It looks like we've got, let's start from the beginning here. Ooh, I can't even see them all. That's awesome. Okay, we got Charles, and we got James, and we got my lovely wife, Linda, and Deb, and Glenn, and Michelle, and Joe. Thanks so much. I always appreciate you guys watching. And by the way, if you're watching the show for the first time, please leave a comment. Just say hi, just so I know you're watching. And if you are, and if you like the Money Chat Now page, you can view the show when I'm in Facebook jail, because most of the time I can only transmit from there when I'm in Facebook jail. I'm not in Facebook jail right now, but we're going to discuss what happened yesterday. So please also go to the Money Chat Now page and like it. That way you'll never miss a show due to the Facebook censors. All right. To avoid trouble, on today's show we will be discussing, puppies, kittens, and other non-polarizing news like, maybe the flower show and maybe even plaid pants. Screw that. This is what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the market recap. We're going to be talking about $22 an hour minimum wage. We're going to be talking about smoking pot. And we're going to be talking about migrant busing. Screw you, Facebook. All right. Money Chat Now is also brought to you by Investor Schooling. And you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. And there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. And there's a class tonight, so you definitely want to come tonight. Hey, by the way, I want to thank all the following people for sharing the page the last few days. I truly appreciate it. So please share the page. Art shared it, Peter and Mike and Mark also shared it, and Betsy shares it. Betsy pretty much shares everything I do, and I thank you for that. Please share the show with your friends by clicking the share button and sharing it directly on your page or their page, and you can also share it in groups as well and help your friends make more money and have a laugh in the morning. All right, let's get started with what happened yesterday. By the way, you guys know that yesterday my show was cut short for a mysterious reason. It just happened to be right after a segment on censorship by the big companies. You know, just like you, we got notice that we were off the air. I'm not talking about the airwaves like the radio, I mean the internet. Our show disappeared and it was banned yesterday. Well, I think you guys can see me today, and for that I'm grateful, but Big Brother is obviously not pleased with some of the concepts by censorship, by Big Brother. So let's get on with it, and maybe if I talk about puppies and kittens, they won't ban me. Well, all right, let's get into what happened yesterday in the market, though. Yesterday, the market was also mean to me, of course. The Dow closed down again 280 points, along with the S&P down another 31 points, and the NASDAQ, which held on for a short while yesterday, was down about 67 points. Damn, this really sucks. I expected the market to drop, and if you're a fan of the show, you heard me say it several times, but I expected it to staircase down, not just drop more and more every day. 2,000 points this last Thursday it's down. That's terrible. Well, a new month sometimes brings excitement to the market. The drop was caused, by people in high places saying stupid things. Yesterday, the Cleveland Fed chair, the Fed Reserve President, Loretta Mester, or whatever the heck her name is, said she sees benchmark interest rates rising above 4% by early next year. All right, we all agree, but you don't have to spook the market by saying it. Let it happen and let Wall Street take one bite at a time instead of shoving it down our throats. The current rate is about 2.5%, and that's up from zero from about a year ago. And I've been saying the interest rates the Fed charges banks should have never been zero, and the rates should have been rising for the past 8 years. But now we have to play catch-up. Why do we have to play catch-up all in one move? Of course, the other issue was the Eurozone reported another increase in inflation when it came to 9.1% for the area. And by the way, that was a record. It's never been that high. Wall Street is just spooked and they need a new catalyst to bring this market going down again. There isn't any catalyst on the horizon, so we wait for the Fed to announce what will probably be another increase of 75 basis points before slowing that down to 50 basis points. Maybe the market has factored that in, and that alone will be the catalyst. One of the big winners yesterday was a stock I told you guys to buy. Meta was up over 9 points at one point and closed up about 6 points. I bought my calls on Monday and sold them yesterday. I needed a win, so I made 23% in 3 days. Not a bad play. The Chinese stocks are also starting to move up on the news that the audits will be allowed and the stocks will not be delisted. Alibaba is still under 100 and might be a good play. It certainly would be a good covered call stock if you wanted to. You buy the stock and then sell the calls. Volatile stocks are often good stocks for this. Speaking of volatility, by the way, the VIX, which is often a measure of fear for the market, actually fell slightly. It is about 26, and if I'm reading the chart correctly, 26, 27 will be the peak, and then it will fall. That usually means good things for the stock market in general. The big stock story was Bed Bath & Beyond when the company announced layoffs and store closures. The New Jersey-based retailer laid out details of its latest turnaround push. It said that it started closing about 150 of its lower-producing namesake stores. It will also slash costs by shrinking headcount by about 20% across its corporate and supply chain workforce. They secured more than $500 million in new financing, including a loan. I'm not sure if it'll work. This company has been crashing for a long time. In fact, the best thing about the store was the 20% coupons. When they stopped them, they predictably lost customers. It would have been a lot smarter to just change the coupon to 15% and then 10%. Like if the Fed raised interest rates slowly instead of quickly. Anyway, let's look at the futures. Let's see what scary stuff the market's going to bring us today. And then I'll get back to saying hello to a whole bunch of people out there that just came on. All right, right now the Dow is down 92. At one point it was down 200, so I guess this is good, but I don't even know anymore. The S&P is down 14, and the NASDAQ is down 65. All right, real quick, whole bunch of people coming online. I want to make sure that I say hello to everybody. It looks like we've got Deb and James and Glenn and Michelle. Hey, Michelle, how are you? We've got Joe, we got Robin, we got Ken. Ken said, I thought I'd drop in before you're canceled. We've got Jose coming in from YouTube, and we've got James and Art. And my brother Seth, thank you so much. We have Larry Feldman, we've got Ramanita, and we've got Tom. Thanks, guys. I totally appreciate you guys. And like I said, if you're watching for the first time, please say hi so I know you're watching. And if you're watching, anyway, just say hi so that way I know you're watching. Hey, let's talk about minimum wage. Remember a few years ago when the whole country was screaming for $15 an hour minimum wage? Remember when they called it a living wage? Well, if we just gave them all $15 an hour, it would solve all their problems, they said. Well, I remember laughing and thinking $15 an hour, that would make the price of milk about $5 a gallon. Raising wages doesn't lead to a living wage. It doesn't lead to a living wage. It leads to inflation. Inflation? Where have we heard that word before? Oh, I know. Inflation is driving the country crazy. Well, states like California adapted $15 an hour minimum wage pay, and now California feels it's no longer enough. That didn't take long. Check this out. This new California law that they're about to pass is about minimum wage only for chain restaurants with 100 locations or more. The California State Senate passed a bill that would raise the industry's minimum wage to $22 an hour for chains with more than 100 locations nationally. That's right. The them or they behind the counter taking the hamburger patty out of the plastic tray that it's been sitting in for a while, putting it on a bun, and then squirting ketchup and putting a pickle on it will now be making $22 an hour. That's right, $22 an hour. By the way, that's more than I get to do this show every morning. Well, McDonald's, who has 10% of their restaurants in California, is crying foul. Joel Erlinger, president of McDonald's, made a statement saying it imposes higher costs on one type of restaurant while sparing another. That's true even if the restaurants have the same revenues and the same number of employees. He's talking about the fact that another chain may have 99 restaurants and they would only have to pay the minimum wage of $15.50, where chains who have restaurants of over 100 locations would have to pay $22 an hour. Don't forget that these are franchises. That means that the one-owner franchise would have to pay $22 an hour just because he decided to put his life savings into a McDonald's instead of a Jack in the Box. Isn't that ridiculous? Look, other restaurants have been fighting the bill as well. State records show that Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, Yum Brands, and Restaurant Brands International are among the chains spending money to lobby California lawmakers to oppose this legislation. The Governor Useless, basically hasn't said whether he'll sign it or not, but we already know he will. Well, soon you won't have any people working in the restaurants anymore because of this. It will be robots and touchscreen menus. You will tap the screen, order, and a robot arm will make your meal. It will then be brought to you by your table by a robot server. Don't believe me? Pay attention. It's already happening. I'm seeing it. I don't know about you, but I hate those stupid kiosk ordering systems anyway. I always forget something or I can't find what I'm looking for. I also don't like to press the screen. It hurts my fingers. Well, let's take a break here while I apply for a job at McDonald's because it pays a hell of a lot more than this gig does. See you guys in a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. I'll tell you, tonight's going to be a great class. I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. By the way, go to Spotify and subscribe to the Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse page. You'll really enjoy it. Hey, if you'd like to connect with me personally, you can go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. And there you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information. That's contactlarry.com. Hey, don't forget, we still have room for our amazing event coming September 17th. It's an all-day event featuring some of the most brilliant minds in business, including Hannah Kessler, the single millionaire chick, Chris Noggle, the money multiplier, Bill Walsh, the rainmaker, and myself, Larry Steinhouse, the host of Money Chat Now and the CEO of Investor Schooling. It's an in-person event and seats are selling fast. So get yours now at 4, that's the number 4, mmw.com. That's 4mmw.com. All right, so far, of course, we've been discussing the most important things like puppies and kittens and flower show and plaid pants. No, that's not what we've been talking about. Real quick, let me get an update on the futures. Right now, the Dow is down 61, the S&P is down 10, and the NASDAQ is down 57. At least it's moving in the right direction. All right, now that the censors are gone, we really were obviously talking about that, and we also talked about minimum wage, $20 minimum wage, and it's funny because James said, soon you'll need a PhD to work at Mickey D's. No, you won't need a PhD to work at Mickey D's. Soon the PhDs will be working at Mickey D's because they'll be making more money there. That's what it really is. All right, coming up, we're going to be talking about smoking pot, and we're going to be talking about more migrant busing. And of course, we'll be talking about today's picks and plays. Did you guys hit that like button yet? Everybody hit the like button right now. Okay, stop, hit the like button, take a minute, hit that like button, and then hit that share button. I really appreciate you guys sharing. Not only is it fun for other people to watch the show, but hey, let's build the audience, right? Hey, leave a comment to say hi if you haven't already. Leaving a comment is the only way that I know you're watching. So please share and like as well. Don't forget to order my new book, by the way. It's called Money Hacks, and if you ordered it, please leave a review on Amazon. I see a lot of you guys posting, and thank you so much. I appreciate you guys posting it and tagging me in the post. I really appreciate that. That makes me feel really good that you guys are reading it. All right, let's talk about smoking weed. I remember being younger, maybe 16 or something like that, and buying my weed in a dime bag. By the way, it was called a dime bag because it cost $10, and by the way, a nickel bag was $5. I would roll the weed and smoke it with a few friends in the woods near our house and be very careful not to get caught or have my parents find it in my room. My brother got caught once, and it wasn't pretty. Well, in some states, you can now walk into a cannabis store and buy what you want, smoke it in the streets, and get high just about anywhere. So according to a Gallup poll, 1 in 6 Americans are now smoking pot. This highlights how the times are rapidly changing, right? Only 1 in 8 Americans were toking last year, and going back to 2013, it was only 7% of the entire population was smoking. Well, with 1 in 6 people toking, that means more people are smoking pot than are smoking cigarettes. It's an amazing number of people getting high. Oh, of course, Congress is getting involved with the marijuana problem. No, not the problem of too many people getting high, more the problem of too many people not having access to legal marijuana. No, really, this is what our Congress does now. When they can't go after Trump, they try to figure out ways to make marijuana legal. Mask mandates and marijuana are pretty much the only things that they're worrying about right now. In July, the Cannabis Administration and Opportunity Act. Yes, seriously, this is a real bill called the Cannabis Administration and Opportunity Act. It was introduced in the Senate to remove marijuana from the list of Schedule I controlled substances. All right, just to catch you all up, back in April, the White House also passed, ready for this, the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act. What is this world coming to? This was passed to expunge prior marijuana convictions and conduct resentencing hearings. Right? This measure still needs approval in the Senate, so basically we continue with the charade of what was wrong is now right, and what was right is now wrong. With all this pot smoking, it's no wonder that the country is so paranoid. Hey, you. Hey, stop looking at me like that. Just stop looking at me. Yeah, you. Stop looking at me. I don't want to hear this anymore. Stop it. Just stop it. All right, a couple of people out there I want to say hello to who have joined us too. We've got Joyce. Hey, Joyce, sorry to hear about JR, man. That was really rough. Also, we got Michael saying hi, and he wants to know he needs a good option play. We'll talk about that another time. And we got James. Thanks so much. I totally appreciate you guys. Hey, let's get into more migrant busing. Hey, Governor Abbott of Texas is another one of my political heroes. This guy is absolutely brilliant. With the border problems of thousands of migrants coming across the border, and our traitor president stating, "Make Texas Mexico," Governor Abbott has taken a small piece of control of the situation and has decided to show the cities who believe the border should be overrun a lesson in border control. These cities like New York and Washington, D.C., who have no border with Mexico or other countries, have been saying, go ahead and let them across the border. Let them across the border. It's okay. Well, these cities who self-proclaim themselves as sanctuary cities are now getting a small piece of what Texas gets every day. Governor Abbott has been bringing busloads of illegal immigrants. Ooh, am I allowed to say illegal immigrants? Am I going to be thrown off the air again? Anyway, illegal immigrants, and dropping them off in these cities. We have seen both New York and Washington receive these migrants, and the mayors of these cities have cried foul. Washington, D.C. actually asked for help from the National Guard to keep them out of their city. Really? The National Guard? How about sending the National Guard to the border to stop the madness at the root of the problem? Well, the newest sanctuary city to be bus-bombed is Chicago, and Beetlejuice isn't standing for it. That's right, Beetlejuice herself, Mayor Lightfoot, said in a statement that Abbott is without any shame or humanity. Ugh. Without shame or humanity? As a sanctuary city, you claimed that you would provide for these people. You should be thanking him as the mayor of the great Chicago sanctuary city. In fact, you should be asking for more of the people that you can help. Well, Beetlejuice, you and the other sanctuary city mayors will be getting more people to support, and I'm all for it. As for Governor Abbott, between him and DeSantis, we might have a chance of making America again. And if Trump runs again, we might have a chance of making America great again. But I'd settle for just making America again. All right, by the way, speaking of making America great again, before we take a break, I wanted to remind you about the Dr. Oz rally next week on September 10th. Dr. Oz is what's right for the state of Pennsylvania. Find out more about how you can help him beat, the man-child, John Fetterman. I still can't believe that this guy actually wants to be senator. He never had a job until he was 50, and his first job was a mayor. I mean, seriously? Sign up for the rally on September 10th at the Newtown Athletic Center in Newtown. Go to droz.com/RSVP. That's doctor spelled out, droz.com, RSVP/RSVP, and let's make America great again by starting with Pennsylvania. Sign up now. That's droz.com/RSVP. All right, let's take a break. And don't forget that this commercial could have your product in it as a sponsor of the show. We'll see you guys back in a minute. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to barnesandnoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And by the way, if you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, your name and product will be delivered to hundreds of loyal listeners and watchers of the show. As you know, we're expanding our base every day. And if you'd like to get your product or service out to my audience and help keep the show on the air, I'd love to have you as a sponsor. Hey, just reach out via Messenger or send me an email to LarrySteinhouseShow@gmail.com. That's LarrySteinhouseShow@gmail.com. By the way, do you guys have a Spotify channel? If you have a Spotify channel, you can actually subscribe to the channel and listen to all the reports. We actually break out each report for your enjoyment, so you don't have to watch the whole show. You can just watch each report. Look up Money Chat Now on Spotify and subscribe. Hey, a couple of people joining us. We've got Angelo, and we got Tommy. Thank you so much. And Tommy was late, so he brought a six-pack apparently. All right, so far, let's talk about the market. Right now, the Dow is down 73. The S&P is down 14, and the NASDAQ is also down about 73. So it might be coming back. I don't know. I give up. I can't even decide anymore. We talked about California wanting $22 an hour minimum wage for people making hamburgers. Not even making the hamburgers, but the machine makes the hamburgers, to put them on a bun and wrap them. Ugh. We talked about smoking pot and how more people are smoking pot than smoking cigarettes. I got to tell you, that explains a lot. We also talked about more migrant busing and, of course, how Beetlejuice, Mayor Lightfoot, Beetlejuice, is getting upset about it. And coming up, of course, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button? Tell all your friends about the show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational. Please share it on your page or in groups you feel may enjoy the show. All right, let's talk about today. By the way, I'm giving up on predicting the market. I've had enough. Nothing makes sense again as the investors are just working off fear of a recession and the fear of the never-ending rise in interest rates. The recession will come and the Fed will screw up the rise in interest rates again. But that's how it works. You have ultra-rich people like Powell making the decisions based on algorithms instead of reality, and those algorithms are always lagging. Anyway, if you're nervous, the place to be right now is dividend-paying stocks. AT&T is a good one. I also mentioned 3M the other day. Kellogg's is another good one. Look for dividends of about 3 to 5%. Park your money there and sell covered calls for like what I'm doing. Sell the covered calls for extra income. If you're a risk taker like me, start buying companies like Carnival, American, Meta, Google, and Amazon. I made a quick 22% on calls on Facebook calls in 3 days. I also like Amazon, by the way, if it goes below 115, and I believe it will. Google is also a play below 105. But even here, below 110, you might want to put your foot in the water. Well, I give up on predicting, so tomorrow I'll tell you what happened today. And on Monday, we're closed anyway. I'm so glad because I don't even want to do it. By the way, I won't be here on Monday. But the idea is at least I'll have one more day of a break before I have to watch the market take my money away. All right, looks like we have Joe Keller saying hi too. Thanks so much. He says, we're glad to see you on. And here we are. So if you guys keep watching, we will keep doing the show. All right, and we also have Tom saying hi as well. All right, on the crypto scene, crypto is still maintaining the approximately 20,000 number. It seems to be the way it is now. It's having trouble breaking past here. To me, it's a sign of more pain. Eventually, the investor gets bored, it's going to sell off, and they're going to put their money somewhere else. Ethereum is also just below 1,600. Neither one of them is a play to me at these prices. Look for Bitcoin to go to 12,000 before considering. I also look at Ethereum at about 700. So I'm looking for Bitcoin to go to 12,000. I'm looking for Ethereum to go to 700 before I'd even think about buying it. So it's not my thing, all right? All right, real quick. Let's talk about gold and silver, and they're also dogs. And I got to tell you, this one's surprising me. Gold right now is about $17.50, and silver is about 18 now. And I just want more, but yikes, it's awful. It's just awful, right? It looks like even the Dow, the Dow is down 68 according to this chart. And all I know is if it doesn't start moving up soon, I'm going to cry. All right, the Treasury bond is moving up again, and now it's about 3.2%. And that's probably what's spooking the market. But in June, it hit a peak of 3.5%. And that's when the market had some major pullback. So be careful. Look, whenever it's over 3, it's a constant thorn in the side of the NASDAQ. It'll be moving above 4 in the next 6 months, and that's pretty obvious, but just let it happen. Let it happen. Stop talking about it. Tell the Fed people to shut up and let it just happen. Oil is below $90 a barrel again, and the average gas price hasn't moved in 3 days. Oh, my goodness, it hasn't moved in 3 days. It's 3.84 cents a gallon, and it's just stalling there. Well, I don't know. You think it'll move down to give the Democrats more credibility? I don't know. It certainly couldn't give Democrats more credibility anyway. I mean, they're complete losers. But we'll see. Hey, I want to thank everyone for watching Money Chat Now. We are here live on every morning at 7:30 on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And, of course, you can find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now. I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. And remember, you can contact me directly if you'd like to by going to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. Hey, listen, we're having another class tonight. You guys want to show up for this class, go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com and sign up for a class tonight. They're always great classes, and I promise you tonight's going to be a great one as well. All right, with that, I'd just like to say, make it a profitable day.